Live. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning to all our viewers and welcome to our skills development program, Research Tools for Business Initiatives. What we're going to do today is I'll give you a brief overview of business research, and then after that we'll proceed in viewing the E-LibraryUSA platform, which is a tool that you can use in order to do your business research. If you are interested in getting access to E-LibraryUSA, please comment below and write interested. And after this live chat, I'll send you the login details for E-LibraryUSA. So business research is a process of acquiring detailed information of all the areas of business and using such information in maximizing the sales and profits of a business. Such a study helps companies determine which product or service is most profitable or in demand. There are two methodologies that you can use for business research. You have quantitative research methods, which are research methods that deal with numbers. This is a systematical empirical investigation using mathematics or computational techniques. We will not be discussing that today. An example of a quantitative research is survey research, which is one of the most widely used research methods to gather data, especially for conducting business research. Sorry. And then we have correlational research. Correlational research is conducted to understand the relationship between two entities and what impact each one of them has on the other. The other research method is causal comparative research, which is a method based on comparison. It's used to deduce the cause-effect relationship between variables. Experimental research is based on trying to prove a theory. Such research may be useful in business research as it can let the product company know some behavioral traits of its consumers, which can lead to more revenue. Like I said, what we will be focusing on primarily today is online research, which can be also called literature research, which is one of the oldest methods available. It is very economical and a lot of information can be gathered using such research. Online research or literature research involves gathering information from existing documents and studies, which can be available at libraries like E-Library, which is an electronic library, annual reports, etc. And then we have another second research methodology, which is qualitative. Qualitative research involves obtaining data through open-ended conversations, conversational means of communication. So this could be interviews, focus groups, and so forth. So what are the advantages of business research? Why are we having this conversation today? And why should you, either in a small, medium enterprise, or if you're a corporate company, why should you invest in business research? So this can help you identify opportunities and threats. For example, we are in a global pandemic, COVID-19. Now, we did not think that we would be wearing masks every day. The business environment has changed due to COVID-19. And one of the things that you can do now is research what products or services are in demand more now that we're experiencing a global pandemic for products that may have not been in demand so much pre-COVID-19. Business research also helps identify problems, and using this information, you can make wise decisions to tackle the issues appropriately. It helps to understand customers better and hence can be useful to communicate better with the consumer or stakeholders. Risks and uncertainties can be minimized by conducting business research in advance. because ideally you do not want to write, a business plan, or you do not want to invest money in a business if you have no idea if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. Sometimes you may think that, oh, I have this particular product, I have this particular service that I personally enjoy, but are people actually going to invest their money in that product or service? Financial outcomes and investments that will be needed can be planned effectively using business research. Again, this kind of ties to minimizing your risks when you start a business or when you make strategic decisions regarding your business. Such research can help track competition in the business sector. And say, for example, you're a telecommunications company, you might want to know what the other company is doing. That's a very big part of research, knowing what your competitors are doing and being able to offer a competitive advantage that will help you gain more customers than your competitors. Business research can enable a company to make wise decisions as to where to spend and how much to spend. It can enable a company to stay up to date with the market and its trends, and appropriate innovations can be made to stay ahead in the game, because you definitely, as a business owner, want to stay ahead of the game. Business research also helps measure reputation. Now, we will go into E-LibraryUSA now that we've heard what business research is and why it is important for you as an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur to invest your time and resources in business research. And I will share my screen so you can see our platform that I'll be introducing today. So, like I said, I will be providing login details to everyone that will comment on this post for E-LibraryUSA, and the instructions on how to access the account. All our American Corner patrons will have access to this account for the duration of the closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the first resource that I would like to take you through is Press Reader. So Press Reader is kind of like Flipster, but the only difference between Press Reader and Flipster is that Press Reader only focuses on US magazines. So it has an easy to use, an easy to read browse format. I've already opened the tabs here, so I will just go directly on Press Reader. I'm sure you've noticed that with some magazines, like let's say Time Magazine or Forbes or Bloomberg, some of these magazines require that you have a subscription in order to read some of the articles online. So if you go on Time Magazine online, you may need to have a subscription in order to be able to read the magazine. When you have access to E-LibraryUSA, which you will have if you comment on this video, then you don't need to subscribe to these magazines, because you will have access to these magazines in this platform. Press Reader has specifically, magazines that are from the United States. So because we're specifically talking about business, we'll go to business and current affairs. If you click on that, you will see various options of the magazines that you will have access to. Now, this is really awesome because it's really like a magazine, but like instead of, just flipping with your hand, you're just using a mouse. So Forbes is a pretty popular magazine. Fast Company is also a pretty popular magazine. These are all magazines that you have access to, and E-LibraryUSA also has some of the latest publications for these magazines. So you will find publications for June. This was the Forbes one was 15th June 2021. So it really helps you to stay up to date in information. If we scroll down, there's a lot of magazines in here, as you can see. we'll go on Forbes. So you just get a general sense of what it looks like when you're browsing e-magazines. So that's Forbes. You can read now. And when you read now, it takes you on to the exact magazine. And there we go. All right, so this is the latest edition of Forbes, and you have access to it. And then our second resource that we have under E-LibraryUSA is Flipstar. So like I said earlier, Flipstar also contains magazines, but the difference is that here you have access to magazines from other countries outside of the USA, whereas PressReader is solely for magazines that are published in the USA. So we will also go on our latest issues under Flipstar. So you can also see what that looks like. Okay, there it is. It's E-LibraryUSA is a really great tool for people that love reading. And like I said, you literally can get information from varying industries. If you're into fashion, they have Vogue, they have different magazines, they have magazines that solely focus on agriculture. They have magazines like Wire, which is a tech magazine. So it really does not matter what industry you're in, you will most certainly find a resource that is relevant for you. Okay, so okay, there we go. So we have Rolling Stone, like I said, Time is also in there, and these are the latest issues because the Time issue was published June 21st and it's June 25th today. So the New Yorker is there as well, National Geographic History is there. So yeah, this is great. Foreign policy is there for people that are interested in international relations. Then we will go to our third resource that you can get is these are academic and research resources. So if you perhaps are studying a business and you want to, read academic peer-reviewed journals for a specific service or a specific product or industry, then you can get this information under the academic and research resources. The first one that we have is Gale Academic One File, which is, it has over 8,000 academic journals in it. That's Gale. If we look, for example, you can explore ranges of topics. They're broken down in subjects. So let's say, for example, we wanted to focus on marketing for the purpose of this program. They have multiple topics that you can explore. And let's give it a second to load. Advertising campaigns. If you're not particularly sure, I want to start a business, but I'm not a marketing expert. How do I start an advertising campaign? There you have the resources to do so. If you're looking at, I saw like corporate social responsibility is also an interesting topic that you can explore. There's market development, there's international marketing, pricing and price discrimination. So these topics are really broken down in an academic way. So this is an opportunity for you to really develop the information that you need in order to be able, if you're starting a business, to start a business well-informed, or if you're already running a business, then to make strategic decisions in your business that are informed. And then we will move to another academic research. A lot of people are familiar with JSTOR. Here you can find, journals on almost any topic of your interest. And you can search the topic in the search bar. So let's do business development and see what pops up. Okay, and we'll give it a second again to load. So for business development, there's 1,488,040 journals that you can read that are specifically on business development. I mean, you are spoiled for choice. You have primary source documents, there's serials, there's documents, there's books, and there's even images if you needed to use images for, and then there's research reports, there's book chapters, but I mean, this is a like perfect for people that love to read, for people that are invested in their business and want to make informed decisions in their businesses. And like I said, you can browse by subject, you can browse by title, collections. If there's a particular publisher that you're looking for, then you can browse by publisher. And yeah, this is a lot. It's an amazing platform. ProQuest Dissertations and Thesis Global contains 1.5 million dissertations and theses written by graduate students from over 700 universities. And that's what the homepage look like. And let's do business development again and see what will pop up. Oh, spelling. It's not development, development. Let's give it a minute to load. Okay, so let's correct the spelling. I think this is also a great tool for people that are interested in management consulting. Like, you can read so much about businesses. You can read case studies of different companies, maybe like, let's say Google or Amazon. You can read those case studies and then, maybe make a comparison with a local company. So if you're maybe interested in management consulting, I think this is a really great platform for you to. Also, it's a great platform for students as well. I know we're focusing a lot on people that own businesses and on entrepreneurship, but if you're a student as well, if you're a business student, then you can use these resources as well to write your research papers at the universities you're in. All right, so these are 999,763 results for business development. It's a lot of resources. If we looked at marketing, I mean, the results would be different, but it basically works the same. 383,999 results. There's a paper here, The Value in Marketing, the Influence of Memory on Marketing Campus Activities. Wow. It's amazing. So the other resource that we'll look at, so these two we will not focus a lot on because they're geared towards 11 to 13-year-old students, and our programs are typically for 18-year-olds to 35-year-olds. But if you're a parent, then this would be an interesting resource for you to look at for your kids, because they have reading materials. They also have videos that they can watch. Though I know the winter break is coming soon, how do you keep your kids entertained while learning at the same time? This is one platform that you can use. I thought cultures was a particularly interesting one, because when you click on it, you literally have so many resources that you can pick. If you're interested in learning about people, places, and subjects. I mean, ancient Rome, Halloween, Native Americans, Thanksgiving Day. You could literally read up on so much. So we will go past the Galen context a little bit because, as I said, it's geared towards a demographic that's not really our focus. So book flicks. Okay, let's skip. This one is also more for kids. So you have ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. So this is not really for our discussion for today, but I just wanted to show you what a wealth of information we have under E-LibraryUSA. The last one that is super, super exciting that I will go through is Canopy. So Canopy has films, it has documentaries that you can watch. It also has instructions on how to access Canopy, because like I said, typically you would need either a subscription or some login details to access these platforms, but these will be available at no cost for all American Corner or American Spaces patrons for the duration of our closure. You can see here how to access Canopy without creating a Canopy account. There's instructions there, and you will see when you go on the actual platform. Okay, let me just open it so I can show you the process of how it works in order for you to get to this page. So because American Corner Maseru is an American space, you will have the option of clicking, oh, I'm already on it. So, but you will see a little red box that says login to American Spaces. Click on that, and then another page will show up, and then you click on that as well, and then you will have access to Canopy. Now, we as American Corner Maseru have access to 191 different films and documentaries. East Side Sushi, there's a Shakespeare one, but if you wanted to say host a little, documentary or, movie session, you could definitely use this resource in order to do so. Just to recap a little bit, we've given an overview of what E-LibraryUSA is. Press Reader and Flipstar are magazines that you can view on E-LibraryUSA. Flipstar is international magazines and US magazines. No, the other way around. Flipstar is US magazines, and then Press Reader is US magazines, including magazines from around the world. Sorry for that mistake. And then you have your academic and research resources where you could go into these different platforms and then search the particular topic that you're looking for, and academic journals will pop up, which you can read if you're writing a paper, which you can cite as a source for your information. And then we have Canopy, which is specifically for films and documentaries that you can watch all at no cost. Again, please remember to write, comment interested underneath this post, and we will be sending you in your inboxes details of how to log in to E-LibraryUSA so that you also have access to the platform. And not forgetting, business research is important so that you do not make uninformed business decisions that are going to cost you money, that are going to cost you time. It is a far better option for you to do the proper research so that you can make strategic decisions for your business, whether you're starting, whether you're already in business, that will not create more risks for you in your business. Join us again for our next skills development program. And remember, you can also comment about how effective you found our skills development programs, and if there's anything else you would like us to, to discuss, if, our presentation style, if you're learning anything, if you're not learning anything, your feedback would be highly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining, and we shall see you again for our next skills development program. Thank you.